Hey there, it's Darcy Castro again with the magazine Lifestyle TV. And today it is really my honor to introduce Giada Valenti. Giada, did I say your name correctly? Giada Valenti?
That's correct,
It's
Jada.
so Giada. I got to get my
Jada,
Italian
yes.
accent on. Well, yeah. So let me just ask you first. Yes, you are born in Italy. You grew up in Venice. So tell me a little bit about your childhood in Venice before you were a famous singer.
Well, everybody asks me that. I think Venice have shaped my love for life because I don't know. Have you ever been to Venice, Darcy?
I have never had the opportunity to go to Italy, but I hear it's just so amazing and life-changing.
Now, if you go to Venice, Italy is beautiful. The whole booth of Italy is beautiful. Venice, of course, it's special in the way that, think about it. Venice, people come to Venice for getting engaged, for their wedding, and then they come back for their anniversary. So my whole life as a child, when I was there studying and going to school, you see all happy people hugging, taking pictures, and they celebrate love. So that is the pictures I had of life ever since I was a child. And my family is all full of love. Being Italian, you know all about it. So Venice has shaped me for what would be my future, because as a singer I sing about love song, as a person and as a singer, because I see those two together. I try to bring kindness, love. I always say that the most important thing is love. Of course, all the rest, it's like little pieces that we need of the puzzle to make our life perfect, but love is the center of everything. And when I mean love, is love for our family, for our friends, and then of course a relationship love. So that's what is being growing up to Italy, and especially to Venice for me.
Oh, I just love that. I
I fall
love
in love with life.
Oh, and I've listened to some of your concerts. I feel like I know you a little bit already from watching Giada live on your social media channels, and that definitely comes through. So to hear you say that, like I can definitely see how that affects your art too, and
Thank
who
you.
you are, and what a gift for us as your followers and your listeners to get a taste of that. We definitely do following your career. How
Oh, thank you.
that
I mean, you mentioned the Jada Live.
Yes.
That's been like the COVID madness has created something beautiful. I mean, we were all in our houses. Me, especially as a performer, I couldn't go places anymore to perform, and I was missing, let's say, the people that give me the opportunity to do what I love so much. I was missing my fans. I don't call them fans. I call them my angels, because they're the wings of my
Oh,
music. So
yes.
I was missing them. I went in front of the camera almost a year ago, Darcy. Can you believe it?
I
And
know.
before you knew, the Jada Life was born. I did 100 days nonstop every day. I was putting hair and makeup, going in front of the camera, singing, cooking, interviewing my amazing friends. And so let's say the time passed by so fast. And the good thing is the circle of love that I call of my angel has grown bigger, because the good things about the social media and this live streaming is that you can reach people
Mhm.
far away. I mean, I had now people that
Yes.
follow my music in Australia. I've never been to Australia yet, so it's been a blessing. I mean, they always say share something good, and as a boomerang, will coming back to you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. You're so extraordinarily talented.
Oh,
Your voice is just so beautiful. Um, Tell me, who nurtured that talent? Who saw that in you? And how did that come to be growing up in Italy?
actually, I think my whole family, but most of all my grandmother.
Mhm.
She was. I spent a lot of time with my maternal grandmother, my grandmother Maria, even though they're both called Maria, because my mom was working. My mom was a secretary. My father was a police officer. So as a child, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother. She happened to be a music lover and a singer herself. She was a soprano. She loved to sing on church. So she was taking me with her to the choir rehearsal, and then Sunday on church. And there I was with these people, this sound, this music. I started to hum the song, to sing in a little bit. And my grandmother was very little. She said to my parents, I think she enjoys music, and she has a perfect picture. So she said, let's enroll her to some music school. So I've been told, because I don't remember, that I went to a music school and I could write notes even before I could write letters, and
Wow.
everything came like that. They asked me many times, when did you decide that you wanted to be a singer? Basically, never. I always say I follow my happiness, and happened that music and singing was my happiness, and following that path, everything happened in my life.
And you mentioned your grandmother. I read in your bio that, something she said to you when you were, becoming in prominence as a singer and a performer, that she talked to you about humility and giving back. So tell me about how that's kind of shaped you, as you've grown as a celebrity and a performer.
Well, I always conclude my concert every time saying something that, as you said, Darcy, thank you for asking me this, that she told me. She, when she noticed that I wanted to take the music as a career path, she said to me, even if one day I'm not going to be there with you anymore, said, don't you ever forget, because she said, I will be able to see you from up there. To be grateful, she said, for every person that will love your music, that will buy your CD, that will nourish your passions and your audience, that will buy your CD. She mentioned all the things because she used to say, if it wasn't for them, you would be singer in the shower. That shaped me and made me with my feet on the ground my whole life through. There is no such a thing as celebrity. There is such a thing as a person that is blessed to do what she loves so much and have an audience that allows her to do what she loves for all of them. So my grandmother kept me grounded with the thing. And she said, be grateful. Grateful is something that I'm every day for little things, small things. Sometimes I can remember little things that people did for me 15, 20 years ago. And those people are surprised. You do remember? So of course I do.
Yeah.
Any little act of kindness, it's like a tattoo. It stays on my memory. I can forget easily other stupid things, but I never forget those kind of things. So I guess we are the result of what we are told as children, and I was blessed with them, with my parents and my grandparents and my family, and now with my friends and with everything.
I love that. And you carry that into your career. That is so beautiful. And you make it look so effortless and easy. You're so beautiful. You're so talented. You have
Oh,
this
thanks.
wonderful gift that you share with the world. But I'm sure it's not always that easy. And it has been a lot of work for you. And you did come to America to make a career. And I understand you also had a major medical crisis. So how is it that you do make it look effortless, but how is it that you have made such a robust career even amongst all those obstacles?
Well, I'm talking to a beautiful woman like yourself, Darcy. With
Thank
you
you.
just told me you have 4 kids, and there you are doing all of this for us. Well, so I think it's a woman things, and it's something that I mean, I went through thick and thin in my life, as you mentioned. I mean, I almost lost my life a few years back due to this kind of illness that was very rare. I was fainting. I had these very rare conditions, and I was on the merge of losing everything. But that's been a blessing. I always say to people, don't feel sorry if you go through a rough time, because if you can survive the things, you're going to be a better person. And that's what happened to me. When I almost lost my life a few years back, I realized in that specific moment when I came out of it, how precious life is and how important are little things like my husband was next to me all the time. My parents was there. My angels, my fans were sending present cards. I had so many little things that were giving me the reason to stay alive. And I stayed alive for all these little things. And they were my life support, my happiness. So I came out of all the situation with even more energy, with even more passion and more love for what life is. It made me understand that everything we have in life, it's important. But the most important things of all is the people in our life. And it's life himself, it's health. And what we say, when you're healthy, then you are a billionaire.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't have health like me, I couldn't live a normal day-to-day life because of my illness, and I had basically nothing. I was standing on the couch the whole day. I couldn't sing. I couldn't be kind to other. I couldn't do nothing. And so it's been rough. And even this business, as you said, I left my country. Now during COVID, of course, my parents are in Venice, Italy. My whole family is there. My husband's family is in Holland. So they're very far from me. And every day I live with kind of fear that something may happen over there. I will not be able to be there for them. So it's tough. It's not easy. But, sometimes in life you have to make decisions. I make the decisions to follow my dream, which is to sing and perform. So and my family, they totally support my choices, even though sometimes they think are kind of crazy choices I made, because I'm a kind of a gypsy going from one place to another. And you're talking, you're her mother, Darcy. My mother, I'm the only child to my mother, and my mother, she's a very introvert and very shy. And me, on the other hand, I've never been either introvert or shy. So the whole life, my mother, you being a mother, you would understand. She's always been so scared. She was like, "Where are you coming from?" She doesn't understand to these days how I dare to go on stage and sing. And because let's say something, when you are on stage, or even when we do these things, me and you now together, when you're in front of a camera, you put yourself on the spot. So you will have people that will love you, and you will have people that may hate you or may not like you. And mouths are very big, so everything comes out.
Yes, they are. People
right?
don't mind voicing their opinions, do they?
Exactly. So my mother, I said, "Why are you not a quiet?" I studied psychology, so my mother said, "Why did you become a psychologist, analyzing people in a little?" And I'm like, "It's not for me. I love what I do. I know I put myself. People is very judge. Some people may say I like her. Some people may say I hate her. And okay, let it come. Let it come. I mean, there's nothing, no choices, but be like we are, right?"
Yes. Yeah, and that's difficult, definitely, in this day and age, with everybody has a microphone, so to speak, with the keyboard and social media, and that can be a very vulnerable position to put yourself in as a performer. Gosh, that takes a lot of guts. You're a very strong woman indeed. So how can other women find the courage to go out and uncover their passions, live their dreams at any age? What advice would you give other women?
I would just say to young women, old women, there is, first of all, I see age as is a number.
Yes.
So is one better than 100? No. Is 100 better than one? No. Right. It's a number. So, and listen, you can be 19 years old and you can die tomorrow. You can be 91 years old and you can die tomorrow. There is no end to life until God calls us. So I would say, if you have a passion, if you have something, try to be consistent in following your dream. And I'm always say, sometimes I share sometimes these huge, big dreams I have. And I'm not afraid to, because they always say, dream that you keep for yourself is just a dream that you share with others, even though they may say you're crazy, it becomes reality. You put it out there. So I say, if you have a big dream, make sure it is so big that whatever obstacle you get in front of yourself, and you will get them, you will be able to see the big dream that you have and keep following. Go around the obstacle, and don't listen to people that are negative. Then the people that say not possible, just trying to avoid them. I thought some of them may be your family, maybe your friend, maybe your husband. Change it if he's your husband, if he's your boyfriend, just find another one. Just go for it. We live only one time, as far as we know. There may be more lives, but we don't know. So just go for it. And always trying to find somebody that is just as you, a dreamer. And there are many out there. I'm here, share your dream with me. And I would say, okay, let's do it. So I always try to stay away from negativity. Negativity, I think, is one of the worst things that you can have in your life. So just dream big and stay away from, and if it's your family, just call them on the phone once in a month, or send them a letter telling them.
That's okay. Yep. Right? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love it. If people are looking for more positivity and encouragement in their life, I think they should follow you. You have a pretty robust social media presence. You do have a Patreon group for folks that are interested in supporting your work and getting sneaks at things that other people don't get to see if they become Patreon members, which is a great service. But you have the Giada Live, you have this Italy trip coming up. So tell me a little bit about this trip. Yes. You're very, very well-rounded. There's a lot of things.
You're very well informed, Darcy. Well, yes, I have the Patreon where we do every Sunday. We do Love Song Sunday. It's so we do there every Sunday I get to sing song I never sing normally on my concert. So during this COVID, I've learned so many songs, and I serenade all the Patreon, the team awesome, I call them. And so I sing every Sunday. I talk to them because it's a limited group than the Giada Live, so I get to know I know all of them, and they are from Ireland to Australia, they're everywhere in the world, but they appear and they became friends with each other, which I think is adorable. And I have this trip to Italy that normally I do every year. Of course, COVID last year got canceled. This year is not happening either, but now is on 2022. I take every year a small group, 30, 40 people together with the Perillo tour. We go to Italy and I share the Italy that I love, that I know. So we start in Venice, of course, because that's my kingdom, and I show them not the touristic Venice, even though we go to touristic places, but let's say more on the back door. And we go to Florence. Every year we change. I think next year we go to Venice, we go to Verona, which is the city of Romeo and Juliet, and then we go to Florence, and then we go down to Rome, which is the city of my dad. And the trips only include, we're gonna spend really 10 days altogether, and includes cooking classes, because I love to cook, but I love to learn to cook better. So we learn together to cook some delicious things. There are wine tasting. I personally don't drink, but I know everybody loves a glass of wine. And then I always do at least one or two a little performance with a little with the musicians and a little band in Italy. So it's kind of a big family trip to Italy, and everybody loved it. We've done it a couple of times. We've done it also once in a cruise. It's a lovely time. And I think the 2022 will be a spectacular one, because now I have created what I call the circle of love, and they're already making plans. People from Australia and people from, they don't know each other. I don't know them. And so we are going to all meet in Venice, and it's going to be nice. So
Wow.
I'm so excited about it. We have so much to look forward to, right?
I think I just found my next life bucket list item. Trip to
Well,
Italy with
I
Giada.
would love to have you with me. You know how many
Sounds
we can do
amazing.
live?
Maybe with some girlfriends. That sounds just terrific. What a wonderful way to experience that culture by somebody who knows it and loves it and is it. It exudes all those things. Gosh, that sounds really wonderful. So right now you're performing from home. We can find you online. Tell me about, so your home base is Vegas. Is that correct? Right
At
now?
the moment, yes.
Okay. So in a non-COVID world, where can we find you performing?
All over the United States, actually. A couple of years back, I filmed these things for PBS. From Venice with Love was a PBS special. Because of that, I was able to create little niches of fans all over the United States. So in no normal world, they can see me perform. Of course, a lot in New York City, because I spent 10 years of my USA life in New York. So I do at least 2 or 3 concerts a year in New York. One normally would be in October. We always do Carnegie Hall in normal, when no COVID is. October is, as you may know, is Italian and Latin Heritage Month. So I always do a concert at Carnegie Hall celebrating the Italian music and the Latin music, which is two cultures that are so close to one to another. So in normal world, that's what I will be doing. But I came also to Atlanta. I know you're based in Atlanta right now. I did some stuff over there. Everywhere. Pittsburgh is very close to me. Los Angeles, Vegas, of course. The last concert before COVID was in Vegas. We have here, it's closed now. We have the spectacular Performing Arts Center called the Smith Center, which is state-of-the-art things. And my last was there, actually. I did I premiered there my new show that was supposed to tour the whole year last year. It was called Songs from the Movies. I even had a dear friend of mine who is a very famous conductor in Italy, came all the way to Vegas. He wrote strings arrangement. It was beautiful. We had a video screen, and I was singing all these songs from Evergreen, A Star Is Born, and the James Bond kind of thing. And then COVID happened, so the whole tour is canceled. But we are working on, and hopefully we can pick it up as soon as this COVID is over. Soon this is going to be a memory, and we're going to be all ready to, at least I will be ready to go in a theater and perform. So they can see me everywhere. But the most things that you mentioned in Darcy, and thank you for that, they can just go on my webpage and they can follow there. I'm pretty good in posting in advance everything where I'm going, because I love to meet everybody. So
Oh, I love that. I love that. And the PBS special was stunning. It was beautiful too, with the full orchestra, and your costuming was beautiful, and it was just so lovely. My favorite song, just want to tell you, was Sway by
nice.
Rooney. I love that song, and you just gave me butterflies. I loved it. So it's still
You know, it's
available.
a special song. It's the songs that my parents danced when they met. So
Yes, and that's what was so great about the special too, is you get this really inside look at your life and the pictures of your family. It was so fun. So
Oh, thank
definitely
you,
that's still
Darcy.
online. You can check it out, folks. I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful show. It's very
Oh,
well
thanks.
produced. It was just so gorgeous. So hopefully we're going to get back to, regular programming soon. And I'm
Hopefully.
sure you have lots of plans for the future. I just want to ask you one last question before I let you go,
Yeah.
because I know you said that you really have connected with your fans and you're building this community really online. How do those fans inspire you?
Oh, they are they are my how can I say, every day, because they can write when they join my mailing list, they can write me messages or even on social media, and they share with me sometimes their stories that first of all, I'm a songwriter. Sometimes I write song about the story I hear from them, but they love because I share my private and personal feeling with them, but they do exactly the same. And I love the fact that even though they don't know me personal, some of them, they feel so comfortable to share with me what is going on in their life. I have I'm kind of blessed, I'll say, that I've been able to help some people to get out of depression when they were on the verge of killing themselves, just because I was kind, just because I appeared on social media, just because I brought them back a message. And they share with me the most beautiful things. I will never forget. In my show, I always sing the song La Vie en Rose. It's a song that I learned as a little girl. It's the song that made me dream to become a singer. And so every concert, I can never leave. Even when we do Carnegie Hall, is only Italian and Latin music. Everybody writes me email. Are you gonna sing La Vie en Rose? Are you gonna? I said, it's a French song. What do you think? But I have to.
You have
So,
to.
eh, but some concert years back, I decided not to, Darcy, because I said, maybe people wants to hear me sing other things. So I took it out of the concert, and a few days later, I've received this email. I think it was in Sacramento. This gentleman, he said, "Oh my gosh, Jada, love the concert. I came with my girlfriend, but you almost ruined everything for me." I said, "What happened?" He said, "We came with my girlfriend to see your concert, and I knew at the end of the show you were always doing La Vie en Rose." And I said, as soon as Jada sings La Vie en Rose, I take out the ring and I ask my girlfriend, "Would you marry me?" Darcy, I didn't do it. So this guy, he freaked out. And then the girlfriend, she said, my girlfriend turns to me and she said, I sang another song that was 1,000 years. And she turns to him and said, "Oh, I love their song." So she said, I took the ring and I asked her, "Would you marry me?" So that became their love song now. So, and they share all these things. So they inspire me. They make me understand that what I do makes their life also, they bright their life, they bright mine every day. So it's a nice relationship I have with them. And that's, I think, is the most beautiful things about being in the positions that I am, that I'm in front of a camera, that I can give something, but I get so much more back.
Yeah.
The feedback that I get from them is just very special. And I have so many stories, Darcy. I mean, we mentioned the PBS special. Once out of the blue, I got an email from a lady from New Jersey, and she was thanking me for bringing back her mother to her. And she said that her mother had Alzheimer. And for a long time, the mother was not connecting with her. And then she said, Alicine is their name. Alice is her name. She said, one day your PBS was on the PBS in New Jersey, and I was watching, and suddenly she said, my mother took my hand, she looked at me and she said, "I love this song," and she said her name. She said, so every time they were putting in the DVD, she bought a DVD, and every time that song was Love Story was coming out, the mother was turning to her and she said, "I love this song."
Yeah.
So those are little things, but they mean the world to me, that I was able to bring this kind of connection between a mother and a daughter, even during Alzheimer, which is a horrible disease, as we all know. So yeah, it's I can never stop saying I think it's a blessing what I do.
Right. Right, absolutely. And thank you for sharing that story with us. That's very touching. And that's speaks to how the arts really
Oh,
can, touch the hearts in a way that nothing else can. So what a gift that you're able to give your not only your personality, your love, and your culture, but also your talent to help
oh.
touch those hearts and bring people together and build communities. So I'm so grateful I got the chance to meet you and to interview today, Giada. We'll definitely be following you online, on YouTube, on social media, and definitely on Patreon if anybody wants to get in on that exclusive group and be part of the Be on the Inside with Giada Valenti. So thank you so much for being with us today, Giada. I hope you'll come back and be with us again real soon.
Thank you so much for having me, Darcy. Stay blessed and safe, and hello to everybody.
Thank you.